Now, ActionSA has again called for accountability from the Government of National Unity. It's called on the multi-party grouping to focus on implementation. Latashia Naidoo reports.
ActionSA has lambasted the ANC-led Government of National Unity for prioritizing self-interests above the needs of the people. The party, which currently boasts first-time representation in National Parliament with 6 seats, hosted its inaugural press briefing on Monday, where party leaders called for more accountability from the GNU.
The true measure of Parliament's effectiveness lies in holding the executive to account. And when the executive adopt adversarial postures, it's up to us to counter that and do whatever we can to prevent that kind of political majoritarianism that we've seen for 30 years in South Africa, which still prevails, incidentally. Of concern is the urgent need for the Deputy President, who is the leader of government business, to make sure that we hold him to account and to make sure that the ministers who come and answer questions in Parliament come properly prepared and give us proper answers. Unfortunately, we've seen the bad habit of simply giving rudimentary, cursory responses in Parliament continuing even in the 7th dispensation. To address the fact that the current executive isn't accounting properly, we will continue to ensure that we are active participants in both Parliament's Programming Committee and Rules Committee, and will further engage with the Speaker to ensure that these matters are remedied so that we can maximise our effectiveness.
While ActionSA provided a critical assessment of its own successes since assuming office in July, the party also likened the new GNU formation to a jet-setting Instagram government, more focused on political spin than enforcing political will. This has spurred the party to create a service delivery tracker, which uses various metrics to measure the successes and promises of the GNU.
And in the absence of government doing so, the unofficial opposition of South Africa has had to come together and produce this tracker to say, if you're not going to tell us how we measure your government and what your priorities are, we are going to do it ourselves. And that's exactly what we've done with this tracker today.
The party also issued the GNU with an E rating on its scorecard, saying that as the rational centre, it was ActionSA's responsibility to ensure that the foundations for a stable government weren't being eroded. ActionSA says its arrival in Parliament has revealed that the political rot runs much deeper than most South Africans are actually aware of, and that ethical leadership remains a key tenet to the party, informed by the belief that you can't build a house on unstable foundations. The briefing comes a day after Tshwane ActionSA mayor, Dr. Nasipi Moya, announced her mayoral committee, consisting of members of coalition parties. For Newzroom Afrika, Channel 405, I'm Latashia Naidoo, reporting from Cape Town.